Hello everyone, my name is Sark and welcome back to another SH Figuarts review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the one and only SH Figuarts Son Goku Kid and Dragon. The one and only 40th anniversary Dragon Ball V-Jump Edition SH Figuarts. And my god, was I lucky enough to actually get this when they went up for pre-orders back in October of 2024. Man, I am happy that this actually made it here before the tariffs and before, pretty much before Japan Post closed their, or suspended their shipments to the US. So this is a beautiful sleeve. I really want to take my time with this figure. This is a beautiful sleeve with the 40th anniversary Dragon Ball logo from last year, and also the V-Jump logo. The golden accents for the actual, text is beautiful. Son Goku and Dragon 40th anniversary edition. This, honestly, before I actually get into it, it is from the Jump comics as well, as you can see right there. Beautiful cover, reminiscent of the original cover of Dragon Ball by Akira Toriyama. And of course, this is beautiful. This is just perfect. So yeah, I'm very excited about this figure. It looks beautiful. But yeah, no, what was I gonna say? This figure really means a lot to me, and this sleeve can be taken off quite easily. I'm just really happy that I was able to get this figure before all the chaos ensued. It's a gigantic box, as you can see, but they actually do get a bunch of different pictures of the figure. They always got to get that leg shot for some reason, both the Goku leg shot and the Dragon for some reason. Beautiful images right here in the back. Although I feel like this picture could be a little bit bigger. Older pictures could always be bigger. And then the text right here, Son Goku and Dragon 40th Anniversary Edition. Now, before I actually get into this, I initially thought that this was going to be the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Or not the San Diego Comic-Con, the New York Comic-Con exclusive. But apparently not. It's going to be a Super Gogeta. So when is this guy going to come out in the States or worldwide, and when is it not going to be a Japan exclusive? Who knows? No one actually knows when, but I can definitely see this guy being a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive or New York Comic-Con exclusive. Maybe next year. Who knows? And maybe even with the blue outfit as well. But without further ado, without all this rambling, let's take this guy out and see how he looks. Before we get into the figure, this actually comes with a special little booklet with, again, I'm pretty sure that says Son Goku and Dragon 40th Anniversary Edition in kanji. It might be kanji, I'm not sure. But it is a special little booklet that also includes the instructions. So I'm going to take a look at the instructions separately because, of course, it has the pretty much everything that you need for the figure, how to assemble the dragon and everything. So I'm going to leave these on screen for just a second right here so you guys can actually see them if you have this figure, of course. So if you are meaning to actually build your figure, that's great. There is an interchangeable dorsal fin, apparently. I'm pretty sure it's for Goku's placement as well, which is nice. But this little booklet is interesting. I did not think that there was going to be a booklet here, but it does say 40th anniversary SH Figuarts Son Goku and Dragon 40th anniversary edition, of course. And then let's just look at the inside real quick. So, commemorating the initial release of Dragon Ball, as you can see, back in 1984. In November 20th? Was it November? I'm not entirely sure. I would have to double check that after this video. But it has that beautiful booklet. I need to get the original manga so I can actually put them together. And it just showcases Goku by, again, having all the accessories here and the different poses that they're trying to reference. I'm really glad that they tried to reference the actual manga itself. Although, again, it's not going to be perfect, but I think they did a really good job, especially with this little special artwork where Bulma and Goku are there. I also need to get the original Bulma as well. Here's the prototype with the sculpting and the printing, and then the actual joints, kind of showcasing the people that worked on it. So special interview, or these are all just special interviews, but the different people that worked on it, like the studio, Bandai Spirits, studio. I'm pretty sure it's like the person that worked on the modeling for the sculpt, the person that refined it, and then the person that added the joints, and then of course the final product as well. I am trying to learn Japanese, so it is going to be interesting when I can actually read this. I wish I could read it, but I can't. If I can, I'll try to put a translation on it. Maybe I can take a picture or something and then auto-translate it so you guys can read it. But if you also want to translate it yourselves, go right ahead. I'm doing this. These are just special interviews that showcase the entire figure. This is beautiful. This is how Dragon Ball should be treated, because it has been a very long time since they've actually done something good with Dragon Ball, and it kind of upsets me. But it seems that they're actually taking the time now to actually be good with the series, because Bandai, Shueisha, and everyone that is currently within the Dragon Ball team just doesn't seem to actually want to produce more of it. So that was the entire booklet. I actually really like it. So now let's get into the actual figure. Hopefully, if you skipped until now, I probably had a timestamp at the bottom. But yeah, let's get into the figure now. Alright, so there we have the little baby Goku over here. Pretty sure he was what, like 10 at this time? I'm not sure. I might be completely wrong, but he looks absolutely wonderful. He's so tiny, he's so cute. This is the Kid Goku that should always look like, or how he should always look like and everything. And aesthetically, he looks fantastic. There's like not much wrong with this figure, although there are a couple of things that I wish they would have did differently. Granted, articulation-wise, he actually has really decent articulation, but there are some areas that I'm like, why did we do this? In the arms, he has pins. Pins in the arms, and I'm like, is that really what they needed to do? We have the Daima figures, and they don't have pins. Well, at least Mini Goku doesn't have pins, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, no. Mini Goku does not have a pins anywhere. And this guy does have pins on the legs as well. Only one showing on the other side, not at all. Which is unfortunate, because you think for a 40th anniversary release they would try to avoid that, but especially for such a special occasion. But it still looks like a great figure nonetheless, and I really like the way that he looks. Now, it's a pretty plain figure. Doesn't necessarily have much going on for him. He does have the little pouch on the back. He has the power pole that he comes attached with, like from the box. You do have to put the tail on, which actually probably one of the best tails in terms of like placing them together. Like for the tiny figures, like it works. The other tails fall off pretty easily. This one not so much. This one actually goes right in, and then pretty much everything else works well. He looks beautiful. But articulation-wise, he can look down about this far with his neck and the head. He is on a double ball-jointed neck, which is really nice. Looking up about that far. Looking side to side, which is awesome. And pivoting as well, which is beautiful. With the arms, he can get them about to a T-pose, which, well, actually a little bit less than a T-pose, because they are on double ball joints, which is an interesting choice. Especially for a figure this tiny. You'd think that they would use ball or just hinges in general, but they use ball pegs, which is interesting. Like you can see it right here. Ball pegs. Interesting. I don't think they're meant to be taken off, so I'm not going to try to. For the butterfly joints, he actually can get his arms to cross together. And actually, this might actually be a lot easier, because the ball pegs actually will allow him to not have to worry too much about the like the positioning of the arms, so that's great, honestly. But he can rotate them 360 degrees. He has single jointed elbows, which allow him to get to a 90 degree angle right there. And a little bit in a ball peg on the actual hands that you can swivel, and you can move around slightly. So, oh, sorry, Goku. For the torso, that's Another thing with this figure, there's a lot of things that pop out super easily, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's fine. So you can move about forward this far with the ab crunch, which is really nice. And then moving backwards, not so much, but you can still kind of do that a little bit. Not too much, but it still works. For the legs, he can do the splits pretty well. These are ball pegs, which is nice. They're not like that weird ball or socket that they use for the figures. Kicking forward, he does have a soft crotch piece and also a soft torso, so you can actually get the pose pretty well. Kicking forward about this far, which is nice. Kicking backwards, not so much, but he does have that soft butt that allows him to move. Single jointed knee, that doesn't look terrible, but they definitely could have flushed this out a little bit more in the sculpting process. And then, of course, the little foot peg that he has going forward this far, backwards this far. He doesn't have a thigh swivel, although he can rotate a little bit, but not too much. So don't overdo it. But yeah, no, he has decent articulation, which is really nice. So yeah, I guess let's now move on into the accessories, because this guy comes with a crap ton of accessories and also the dragon. So let's look at those real quick. Of course, we had to take a look at the dragon first because it is such a beautiful piece. My god, they actually captured it very well. It is insane how good this looks. And something that I did not expect is for this dragon to be magnetic. So there's, of course, the little stands, of course, that you get with the figure. But they have magnets. And I was like, that's a very weird area, but like that's kind of weird. I don't know why they has that. I didn't even think that they were magnets at first. But of course, when you just plop them in, that's perfect. Granted, there's no magnet over here, which is a little bit unfortunate. If they did have a magnet there, it would have been perfect. But again, it's still a very cool figure. The actual stands themselves do slot in at certain points, so it should be pretty easy in terms of how they should be posed, of course. And then with Goku, what you can do, you can take off this dorsal fin right here. Super easy to take off, and then apply the one that's on the actual packaging. And then he should just kind of slot right in as well with this little Goku, at least hopefully. So maybe, yes sir. So you can just kind of slot him right in, perfect, just like that. And then you would have to take him off to fully appreciate it. The reason why this looks like it does is because it has to go in between the two leg pegs and the inside of the crotch and the back of the butt with the tail as well. But I'm going to put this back on. It's such a beautiful piece. I love this. They did a really good job, and I'm just going to be oozing all over it. Not like that, but yeah. Well, kind of like that, but yeah. It has the Dragon Ball logo on the bottom as well. Beautifully done. Very well printed. No issues whatsoever. So let's now take a look at all of the rest of the accessories for little mini Goku. This is a really good amount of accessories, and I forgot one actually. So yeah, this has as many accessories as the figure comes with. Of course, we already knew how many accessories he came with because we've seen the pictures and everything. But we do have an extra additional head sculpt that unfortunately you can only use with this faceplate. I'm not disappointed. Oh, actually, I am disappointed because this is like the ideal head sculpt for little baby Goku, of course, but especially because of all the spikes and everything. They do kind of make it so this kind of imitates that look a little bit. He does have a different piece. I'm pretty sure it's to coincide with another one of these head sculpts. At least I think so. Yeah, I think this is supposed to go with these head sculpts because it is in an actual different angle for them to actually attach to it, and it's a little bit more secluded and all that sort of stuff. Interesting that they had to do that because there's not much of a difference here in terms of the sculpting process. Like, there is some slight variation, but overall it's almost the same look. It's just a little bit more like pushed up, which is not bad. We do have this nice looking, sort of like serious look, but kind of like angry look as well. And then the nice sort of like cocky look as well when he's fighting and putting that pose up and everything like that. We have the power pole sash as well, beautifully done. And these two little, I don't know what they're called, but they're like fighting sticks that you can attach to the hands as well. Yeah, you can take off this little part and then put the hands on, and it should be perfectly fine. So I like that inclusion, actually. Now, we have these little, this pair of hands that's kind of like pushing people off as well, I guess. We, of course, have a pair of fists. The hand that he uses to kind of like salute at the top when he's on the dragon. This piece I'm going to talk about in just a second. We have fighting pose hands as well. The two scissor hands as well. And also the paper hands. So you could theoretically do the rock, paper, scissors, like with the rock, paper, and scissors. And of course, we have, last but not least, another power pole holding hand. Honestly, decent amount of accessories, really good amount of accessories. And this little piece right here is actually meant to go underneath of the torso here. So whenever you actually pop this out and want to swap it out with this one that's blowing up in the wind, it doesn't like indent the actual plastic because this is a soft rubber piece as well. So honestly, really nice inclusion that they did that. I really like that. So yeah, no, this looks wrong. Okay, I'm gonna take that off before I get called out or something. But yeah, that's all of the accessories, and my god, is this a beautiful figure that's gonna be perfect for any type of display. I'm really excited to get this guy posted up and ready to go. But yes, going into my final thoughts, this figure is amazing. Overall, I'm gonna give it, I never do this, but I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I know, why not a perfect 10? The only reason why I'm not giving it a perfect 10 is because it is a V-Jump exclusive. And that's a pain in the ass to get. There are some websites that you could actually have gotten it from. I think Yu Naho or something, Yu Waka House. I forgot the name of the website, but I'll put a picture on it on here so you guys know where I got it from. Sometimes they get some stock, sometimes they don't. I'm pretty sure he's sold out currently, but him being an exclusive, especially to just V-Jump, is definitely a bummer because the whole process was a very, very stressful process. You had to like buy the Jump magazine, use the code, and input that code, and it was a hassle to actually do. And you needed an actual like Japanese address for it to be delivered because these were getting delivered instead of just like, oh, you can come pick it up at a certain location. No, you had to specifically have a Japanese address. A lot of people use proxy addresses and all that sort of stuff, but you get the point. It was a pain in the ass to get this figure, but I'm glad that I got it. Well, if you know the websites, then it's not a pain in the ass. But this figure is definitely going to go up in price, so I would definitely suggest getting it sooner rather than later because I have seen this figure itself go for listings of like $200+ It was like $80, so definitely get it whenever you can. But that's pretty much all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know down in the comments below. But besides that, like and subscribe and all that sort of jazz, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.